Alright, what's up? So we're in the hotel room about to do an overhead press workout because I didn't do it in the gym. I was posting something, but my video keeps. So, anyways, I'm using a regular camera, recording a few minutes, and I'm gonna post that. I was talking about a job, how I decided to go with UPS after working at Amazon because it's the same thing. Delivery drivers make pretty good money. Plumbers make good money, and postal service people make good money. And then like the ice cream truck guy makes a lot of money. And I'm focused on. I mean, it doesn't matter. I don't think if those are my mates that I've been mentioning, they make obviously super money, and I'm sure they put it all in my name because they're dumb. To be honest, I don't know. I don't need money for anything other than food and shelter, but that's still dope. It just seems like, that's what women are capable of doing, like super serious stuff. Make sure you're good. Like I wasn't in the hood all crazy. They sounded like a lot of my relatives, the males, sounded like they were happy and stuff, and it's gotta be because the women in the inner cities are taking care of them and not judging and stuff, and they help them in a way like, I shouldn't need any help in my position, but it is what it is. The world has deemed me too attractive and too perfect for life, so come to find out, I wonder how many of them knew that these women actually were looking out for me. But anyways, we're moving past that. About UPS, so like I said, Amazon, and I was just thinking, and then the next day I applied to UPS. So Saturday, I'll be going up there first day and getting back to it, man. I just need, for now, as we work towards one another, which is supposed to be Christmas, that we're gonna be together. That's what they're saying, which would be cool. And I've been talking all this stuff about, like I'm getting psychic messages and telepathic messages of women bothering me for sure. So if you see that on my Instagram, then it ends up being these persons who I'm pretty sure every single one of them are babies that I was born with in the beginning of our lives, which was in Charlottesville, Virginia. And then one by one, they were taken from projects, Charlottesville, Virginia, and as they say, I got the dick, so they need their dick. They need my penis. That sounds awesome. That's how they are. And in the world, people probably been hearing that for at least 20 years, and I had no idea, because people were taking things out of my mind. They were taking the thoughts out of my mind, which is super cool stuff. I'd like to know more about it, but also I don't need to know. Things seem to be working out fine anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I don't hold grudges, but the words themselves, taking those thoughts out of someone's mind and clear everything out of your thoughts and all of that. This is real life, and I think that is not okay. But I'm just man or a man. I don't know the difference, other than what I think about it. I know for a fact that I am man. I don't think that there's any other ones, is what I'm saying. The difference in, do whatever you want with that. You can check my YouTube. I expose myself on there, my anus and my genitals, one penis, two testicles. It's because I'm in the gym and it's weird. And I mentioned that one thing, and the world changed instantly because I mentioned, after getting bullied, you're around a bunch of male tops or dudes who are way bigger than you, and even some females, and they're picking on you, and you're all super nice all the time. And then I thought I'd crack a joke, like I don't know what they said, but I just threw something out there like, you guys a bunch of vaginas. You don't have any stuff that I don't even know is facts. When I watch porn, I don't search vaginas on males, but there are those pop-ups. As I was a kid, there was this one guy at least. I thought they just had a sex change, and it was like they just pulled out. They didn't want to go get the boobs and take all the medicine to look like a woman completely. But I think that must have been like some sort of mixed gender being who was born with a vagina down there and a male top up top or whatever. It's pretty trippy. So I never was trying to offend anybody. I just didn't know. But I mentioned like, oh, I have a penis and two testicles, and now when I do it, they're coming in explaining that to other beings that are like that. I think like hermaphrodites, male hermaphrodites, the boobless ones, and male tops that just have a mixed gender. A bunch of stuff that even now I don't think it matters to anybody but me. I think it's more important to me because obviously they didn't know I existed. They didn't know that I exist, which makes what I'm saying very important because I do think I'm the only man. I've also been thinking lately that me and my wives, are the last entry. So the creator kind of did for the underworlders, who obviously knew the sun in the sky is our creator long ago. Their reverse way of doing things, like talking backwards, or he's fluent in that, and he said that men didn't come first, but I'm pretty sure that I did come first, and they are somehow genetically from me way back in the beginning to like Egypt. So, I'm not crazy. The way people treat me is that they knew all of that stuff, so it's a fact. Anyways, I was just sitting here playing with this keyboard. I was wondering if people can see that there at the center. So you want to find like a center point. I'm just showing this in case life has been so awesome, which I've witnessed lately, and I don't like to hold things for myself. So and like in case it becomes fun, but gang members already have taken it from me. Hopefully they just kind of told me to say that, and they'd be hitting each other with it. I don't think it could kill anybody, but it can fuck you up for a while. I don't give a shit. But that's how it is. That's how real life is. I'm doing, whatever I'm doing, and they just kind of, they just took it. Because when I was in my room, I was hitting myself with it, and it tickled. But, they came in kind of. Well, anyways, you're gonna want to do fall 231359972. All right, yo. So I was just gonna do this overhead press. And also a thing about death, I don't think it's possible for permanence. I think that we were so dumb that the creator had to just take that shit out of life completely. In the beginning of the Holy Bible, he says, I've tried this creation before. It sounded like he's meant once or twice, and this is kind of like the third, but I still think this is still the first. And also, obviously, he's dealing with beings who just aren't be careful, or need help every step of the way. And I think he just kind of took out dying altogether. I'm not saying go do anything stupid. In fact, do the opposite. Don't hurt yourself. Not ever. But I do think it's really tough to die. I think the only way to die is to die of old age. So don't sin, because I do believe he ages us to death if you're constantly sinning. And also, don't harm people. Don't be a violent person. Don't try to kill people. That's what I'm saying. Don't kill people. Alright? Mix up my words all you want. I don't even care about covering myself anymore. I think everybody should enjoy this, because obviously I'm doing some science with or without anybody, because I'm alive and my brain thinks why am I alive? And then it thinks of things to try. So, all right, I'm gonna just speed through this. I'm not gonna go too crazy. I am gonna try to do 100 reps from 52 down to 30, and that's about it. Let's gauge my strength. Well, that was kind of hard to get up here. These are awkwardly built. A little bit heavier also. And these computer beams are magnets. I mean, I don't know why they have a problem. I can't tell. Like, it goes back to when they were created and they sat down to play chess or checkers and then chess with the creator, and he let them win one of each, and then he played them seriously and he beat them, and they just didn't want to compute it, so they've been running amok. They've been running around fucking up life ever since. And they're like competitive, and you know, being better than something is most important to them. But whatever, that shit's all over the place. People need to be the best at stuff. When there's a being that says he's better than everything, and I believe him. So I've gotten stronger, but also I was doing this every day without a gym for a while, so it could be not as sore. Still focusing on my shoulders, but I have had to work my back. Just trying to catch them, making me stutter or mess up my words. So I'll just keep going as normal as it's supposed to be, but it's not anymore. I've been focusing on my back because I was focusing on my shoulders, and then I forgot about my back and it being broken. So I had to put my back at the top of the list, start with that, and then straight to shoulders, and And then chest. So I do legs, abs, back, shoulders, chest. I think my ears. Also, I'm super restricted because of love and my wife's woman. They took away all magic from me, yo. It's good because first of all, something like that being possible is good for business. That means we're not supposed to be alone. And that love is real because they have to say, well, we love them, so that's fine, that's final. And then there it is. You can no longer be as magical without them. It's fair. So I guess I should kind of take my doubts and be able to get rid of them because they do love me, and if they didn't, I'm gonna get eaten by something. And that shit's no joke either. Yeah. 45 pounds. Don't try to force when you're finding a mate. Although I do think everybody in life has found theirs for some reason. That's what it seems like. Obviously, my kids are gonna be fine. Either they're gonna be with each other, like in Holy Bible, as it explains Adam and Eve, and then their descendants. Proper coupling and proper coupling and how to wait and how to I expect the creator, the star in the sky, to decide who dates who. It's not going to be some sort of, I'm talking about inside the family. I'm talking about 32 wives, however many boys and girls as our kids, and who they're supposed to be with. As the sun in the sky will decide that, not them, not me. But it's definitely going to happen, because this world, there isn't anybody like us. So this will be the beginning, as it was probably for them. The first hermaphrodites had to come from somewhere. I think I actually know them, and they had to rely on something to tell them who they are allowed to date and aren't allowed to make babies with. And that's the moon, in case there's any stray descendants of theirs, or maybe even an off-worlder sent here because they were just so good that they didn't fit in on that planet, or they were so bad that they didn't fit in on that planet. And I do mean another planet. I don't mean this one right here, which I can shake. Which is, people were saying that, well, watch all this crazy stuff start to happen as if they've been here before, which kind of worries me because, obviously they're either using their minds like I do, which I've never seen before because I'm alone. We could have been together, sharing ideas about life, or they've seen it before, which is scary. So it's kind of getting groomed for death still, and that sucks for me. What apps they keep doing? There's a place called Costa Mesa out here. I lived there for a while. Check my posts. There was some craziness going on out there. Don't go there, by the way. Not unless you're super and you got you've been super your whole life. It'd be a playground for anybody who's seen magical things. But otherwise, it's a dangerous area. That shit is in the future like no other. Something about DC or Marvel. I don't know why I don't get afraid of stuff in life, but if you are super and you're magical and you're pointing at a wall and that shit's exploding, then you need to go up there, have some fun. I don't know how they do it, but it's safe. But it is gonna fucking open your eyes up, oh. But don't go there if you're not magical and got superpowers for real. It's dangerous. It's like a playground for those type of beings. I think it's the 25th or 24th. So I'm gonna stop right there. It's a nice little workout, man. It works. You do shoulder presses first. If you just started, unless you're overweight, I say it all the time. If the most important thing to you is to look good, to look like you lift weights and your muscles are, big, start with your shoulders. If you're overweight, start with like a cycle machine. That's what I did. It means you can be seated while you do your cardio. Work your way up to an hour. Once you get to like 3 hours, it's time to move on to something else, like lifting weights. Because thanks. I'm if you're in it for the rest of your life, I don't get afraid to say things. If you're in it for life, there's no telling when I will die, because I've been getting literally killed, and I'm not fucking doing anything. It's a fucked up, stupid world. But I don't think we can fucking die. I'm not saying go test it. I tested it. Maybe it has everything to do with being a good person, and I know that I'm a good person, so I think that's why I can't die. Like I said, I don't wake up trying to think of a way to kill somebody. That's a no. But I do think, because I'm like that, I don't try to hurt people, that I just can't fucking die. It's like I get life and whatever created it, which I believe is the sun in the sky. Halfway through that, not halfway, almost halfway. With my own eyes, I saw the creator rewrite that while I was living in Costa Mesa. It almost caught on fire. This whole top half was bleeding. Crazy, crazy stuff, yo. I mentioned it before. I don't like to repeat things that are that serious in life. I'm not bragging. A lot of weird stuff has happened in my life. I don't think anybody's ever read Holy Bible, and it's an honor, but I don't really care, because I don't do anything in life. So it's that simple. You gotta be good, and I'm sure people are annoyed that I'm reading it every single day, but too bad. Anyways, working out if you can, if you're alive, if you're breathing, if you're overweight, cycle, machine, cardio, work your way up to 3 hours, and stop there. Start lifting weights, because you'll build up a fat burning metabolism that will work automatically. You'll get to doing 3 hours of cardio, and you'll just get annoyed because it's so easy. Where do you go from there with cardio? I would stop there and then think about how much walking you do regularly, because you're still going to be burning fat, and you're going to have to figure out how to eat more and all of that stuff. So work your way up to 3 hours, stop, just start lifting weights. You should look flat, even though you probably still have a gut. As long as it's going flat down, it's time to start lifting weights. Start with your shoulders, and then back, chest, and work your way to the legs. It all depends. It's hard to do legs. You got to start slow, because they'll cramp up. You got to build muscle evenly on the entire legs, including your butt. But I would start with shoulders, because we're about looking good, and the shoulders is what make you look the best. And I didn't start them first. I'm just letting you know. I started with chest, but I should have started with back if I was gonna start with chest, really. All right, shoulders, back, chest, abs, legs. Bye.